Hey friends, we are working on Module 4 in Wit and Wisdom about the continents and what makes the world fascinating. In the next few lessons, we're going to have the same focusing question. How can a story transport you to a different place? And we're going to be transported today to Africa and learn some more about Africa's animals. And our content focus question is, what is happening and why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears? We're going to take a closer look at that text that we read yesterday, and let's head on over to our reading area. So in this text that we read yesterday, Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears, it's actually an African folk tale. And to begin today's lesson, we're going to read a new fluency poem, something to help us get good at reading and learn a little bit more about the animals in Africa. So we're going to be transported to Africa right now and learn this new fun poem that will introduce all of these different animals that live in Africa. It's called Lions Roar. Lions roar, eagles soar, leopards growl, cheetahs prowl, snakes slide, eagles glide, lizards crawl, jackals call, monkeys leap, snails creep, ants heap, fledglings peep, birds sing, wasps sting, panthers stalk, people talk. It's a rhyming poem, friends. Isn't that fun? One of the words that I actually had to look up myself, maybe a teacher should know this word, but I did not. That's what's so exciting about learning, friends, is that we learn something new every day. Fledgling is another word for a baby bird. I didn't know that. So, and this is actually a baby bird of a certain kind of bird that lives in Africa. And I found these pictures after I looked up the word fledgling, and this is a bird that looks a lot like the bald eagle that you would see here in the United States, but it's actually called an African fish eagle. Learned a couple new things today with our new fun poem. All right, so our content focus question today is, what is happening and why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears? Well, we're going to think about this text, friends, and we're going to think about the illustrations. The illustrations are a text feature that helps us understand the story better, so we want to make sure we're paying close attention to them as well. So if we look closely at the front cover, you can wonder if an illustration can tell a story. So what do we see on the front cover? We see the mosquito. We know mosquitoes are really, really, really tiny, but since the mosquito is one of the main characters in the text, it's bigger, right? And then you can see that this person is giving that mosquito the side eye. So I already know that this person seems irritated by that mosquito. So I'm already learning a little bit more about the story by closely looking at the illustration and thinking about it some more. That's what we're going to do all through the text today. Why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears. Remember, it's by Verna Ardema, and the pictures or the illustrations which we're looking so closely at are by Leo and Diane Dillon. I'm going to start by reading the first page here. One morning, a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a water hole. The mosquito said, "Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday." "Try me," said the iguana. The mosquito said, "I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am." "What's a mosquito compared to a yam?" snapped the iguana grumpily. Then he stuck 2 sticks in his ears and went off, meck, 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 through the reeds. So why did the iguana put sticks in his ears? So what did the mosquito tell him? The mosquito said, "I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am." And if I flip back to the title page, I actually can see a farmer here with a yam in his hand. And I know that yams are a type of sweet potato, and that, look, it's way bigger than this adult male's hand. Are mosquitoes that big? No, that would be ridiculous. It says, I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am. So that meant that the mosquito was describing those yams as super teeny. It doesn't make sense. So the iguana is frustrated. He's looking at the mosquitoes and he sticks the sticks in his ears because he doesn't want to hear such nonsense. So looking at the picture of the farmer with the yam really helped us understand what was going on even better. All right, let's think about this page. The iguana was still grumbling to himself when he happened to pass by a python. The big snake raised his head and said, "Good morning, iguana." The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on, bobbing his head. "Badaman, badaman." "Now why won't he speak to me?" said the python to himself. "Iguana must be angry about something. I'm afraid he's plotting some mischief against me." He began looking for somewhere to hide. The first likely place he found was a rabbit hole, and in he went. Wassa-woo, wassa-woo, wassa-woo. Then the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow. She was terrified. She scurried out through a back way, bounded crick, crick, crick across the clearing. Think about how this illustration helps you understand. You see the snake, the iguana, and then the snake, and then the rabbit. But why is there two snakes, two rabbits? Like, it doesn't make sense. Are there actually two snakes in the story? The illustration is just showing you there aren't two snakes in the story, and there is not two rabbits in the story. It's trying to show you the movement of what happened. You see the snake saw the iguana and then took off and goes into the rabbit hole. The rabbit sees the python and leaps out. So there's not actually two. The illustrator was trying to show movement in the story. So really kind of analyzing these pictures helps me understand the story even better. A crow saw the rabbit running for her life. He flew into the forest crying, "Caw, caw, caw." It was his duty to spread alarm in case of danger. A monkey heard the cow. He was sure that some dangerous beast was prowling near. He began screeching and leaping killy-willy through the trees to help warn the other animals. As the monkey was crashing through the treetops, he happened to land on a dead limb. It broke and fell on an owl's nest, killing one of the owlets. Oh. All right, friends, so again, we see one rabbit, because we know there's actually one rabbit in the story. But now you see two crows, two monkeys. So again, it's just showing you the movement. The crow sees the rabbit, flies off, starts caw, caw, caw through the forest. The monkey sees the crow, turns and leaps, jumps on the limb, and then you can see really closely here that the dead limb broke right here. And then if you scroll in, you can see the little sad owlet that died because the limb broke on top of him. So we could keep going through the book and analyzing each page of the text and the illustration. You see the owl grab the dead baby owlet and how sad they are. You can see the sun going down very sadly. You can see all the animals have gotten together, and you can see the very angry owl here. At last, King Lion called a meeting of the animals. They came and sat down, pem, 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 around a council fire. Mother Owl did not come, so the antelope was sent to fetch her. When she arrived, King Lion asked, "Mother Owl, why have you not called the sun? The night has lasted long, 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 and everyone is worried." Mother Owl said, "Monkey killed one of my owlets. Because of that, I cannot bear to wake the sun." The king said to the gathered animals, "Did you hear? It was the monkey who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day had come." And if we look up here, we see a very angry monkey. And we know that the monkey wasn't angry, but this is the owl retelling what she thought happened. And so the author's trying to help us understand where Mother Owl was coming from. And you see the mad face, but we know he wasn't mad. He was scared and ran away and landed on a dead branch. You can see all the animals are upset and worried. And we can continue on to this page again, and you see a very angry python. We know the python was not angry. He slithered away from the iguana that he thought was mad at him, who scared the rabbit. But on these two pages, the rabbit is retelling what she thought happened, which was that the python was going to get her. So again, it's her thinking, and that's what you're seeing in the illustration, not what actually happened. So we can move on in our text, kind of jump towards the end. Punish the mosquito, cried all the animals. When Mother Owl heard that, she was satisfied. She turned her head toward the east and hooted, hoo, hoo, hoo. What made Mother Owl feel good enough to wake the sun? Do you know? Do you remember? Well, she realized that it was, or thought that it was, the mosquitoes' fault. So that's when she decided, when there was someone to blame for her dead owlet, that she could wake the sun again. Meanwhile, the mosquito had listened to it all from a nearby bush. She crept under a curly leaf stem and was never found and brought before the council. But because of this, the mosquito had a guilty conscience. To this day, she goes about whining in people's ears. Zee! Is everyone still angry at me? When she does that, she gets an honest answer. So you see the irritated person from the front cover. And pow! And you can look closely at this illustration and know that, yes, everyone is still irritated by the mosquito, and smack it. And that's kind of what we do now, friends, when we're irritated by a mosquito, right? We thwack them away. Anyway, I hope that you got a better understanding of our story, Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears, and you were transported with me to Africa as we learned more about the different animals that live there. So it's exciting to learn with you and understand how a text feature like illustrations can help us understand a text, and also how further investigations of words that we don't understand, like fledgling, help us learn too. I'll see you tomorrow, friends. Bye.